Hey guys, it's the legendary Luxray, and today I'm going to be talking about apps. To be specific, my top 10 apps. These are games, and most of them are in the Apple App Store. I don't know if they're on Google Play or anything, but I don't have that. I have an iPhone, and I have an iPad, and that's what I'm talking about. So, if you don't like it, deal with it. Okay? These are going to be my top 10 apps to play that give me the most, replay value and are just the most fun. To start it off, I have a few honorable mentions. Actually, two. One of them is Head Soccer, and I'm really mad I couldn't find any other place to put this. But I just couldn't find a place to sneak this into the top 10. Another one, actually, I have a lot more than two honorable mentions, because there are just so many good apps. Another one is Goddess, which is this really fun game where you are the god of your own people. Another one is Anodia, which is it's like a Brick Breaker-esque game that's really fun. It has a bunch of creative levels, and it's actually fairly hard, even though it's not always hard. Super Monkey Ball 2, Sakura Edition, Sakura Edition. It's probably one of the best motion control games out there. Balloon Tower Defense battles, so much fun, player against player, really cool. So now that we got all of those honorable mentions out of the way, let's start it out with number 10, QuizUp. Yes, this is a really popular app, and I probably don't even need to do any explaining, but I feel like I have to just in case. It's pretty much a quiz game where you play against somebody else, either your friend or a random person, and it gives you like a clock, and I can't do it any justice because it gets so competitive. That's why I love QuizUp, because it's one of the most competitive apps out there, and it's just trivia. But it's about so many different things. There's Futurama, Pokemon, Greek literature, whatever you like, it's probably on there. At number 9, we have Labyrinth 2, the second installment in the first Labyrinth game. So many features, so much fun. Can't even tell you how much fun I have playing this game. And I really wish I could place it higher. It's just really... There's only so much you can do in it before you kind of get bored. At number 8, that's right, I can count. We have a game called Zed's Alchemy. It's not very popular, and it doesn't really have much going on, but you combine elements. You start with fire, water, earth, and air, and you pretty much combine elements to get over 300. It's ridiculous. You get so many different things. There's Mario, there's forest, there's the one-up mushroom, but other than the silly stuff like Mario and the one-up mushroom, a lot of it makes a lot of sense, and it's really fun. At number 7, yeah, again, not sure how I'm doing with my counting here, we have Impossible Pixel, a game I didn't know about until very recently. It actually knocked Anodia out of the top 10 for when I had first written the list. It's Super Meat Boy, but not as hard, and on an iOS device. Its controls are usually pretty solid. Sometimes I find that I can't really go backwards without running too far and falling off, and in this game, the margin of error is so ridiculously small. It doesn't really have that much of a story, but it has these nice little cutscenes, and everything looks nice, even the physics of it, which is kind of rare for a game like this, but it really does look great. At number 6, we have Clash of Clans, one of the most popular games ever to hit the App Store, and for good reason. Clash of Clans did everything right. I'm not a big fan of all of these, cliched or, everybody likes to play it kind of games, because I feel like, A, they're not very good, and B, the only reason they're popular is because they have so much money to promote themselves. But Clash of Clans, it pretty much did everything right. It allows you to get with people that you don't know or are friends with, and create a clan, and join and fight, and it's just great. It has so much replay value, it hurts. And I just absolutely love what Supercell did to make this such a better game than something like Candy Crush Saga. At number 5, and pretty much ending anything you've heard of, probably, is PWN Combat Hacker. I actually have communicated with the creator of this, given him some ideas, and unfortunately it doesn't get any more updates, but I absolutely love this game. It's so much fun, it requires a lot of quick thinking, skills, and it's really hard. Like, it is not the kind of game that you get into thinking, oh, I'm gonna beat this no problem, because you can beat it with one of 8 characters. And each one has their own specialty, and it's just great. I can't do it justice. Number 4, we have the game that absolutely terrifies me, because I have a feeling that somebody on the other end is watching. Plague Inc. Yeah, Plague Inc. is a great game. Again, a lot of people probably know this one, and I made the claim that nobody knows any of the games after number 5, but yeah, you probably have heard of Plague Inc. I forgot how mainstream it's become in the past few years. You infect everybody and you kill everybody. Whoop-de-doo. Updates are frequent, but unfortunately, the more updates that come out, the more stuff you have to pay for, and I just can't stand that they've done that when it was such a good app in the beginning. I think the updates are becoming more like something you'd see in a regular game. They've let their popularity go to their head, but for just the game that it used to be, Plague Inc. definitely deserves a spot in the top 4. At number 3, we have Duet. The hardest app on here. Probably one of the most amazing apps on here. Wow, I love this game so much. If you haven't gotten it, play it. Please, good lord, for the love of God, get this game. Good God, it's so much fun and it's so hard. It has its own story that makes you rethink everything that you've ever heard of. It's complex. It adds different things, and the epilogue is so great. At number 2, we have Bastion, a game for the Xbox 360 that was ported to to an iOS device. I play it on my iPad because it's kind of hard to play on the iPhone, and here's the deal about Bastion. A lot of video games are ported to consoles, or to iOS devices and Google. It happens. Bastion is a flawless port. I don't know how much actual playtime is in the original game for like the 360 and I believe PlayStation, and you can get it on the computer. It's on the App Store on like the Macs, but it's so much fun. It doesn't have a lot of replay value, which is kind of tough, but it has a long story. It's really fun. The narration is beautiful. The music is ridiculous. It's so hard, but it's also not too hard. This is probably the game that I've talked about most to my friends. If you ever ask Charizard of the West what app I have been asking him to download for years, it's Bastion. It's so much fun. You need to go get it. It might seem like a steep price for like $4.99, I think maybe $3.99, but it's so worth it, especially on the iPad. Number 1, we have the only possible app that could ever beat the best port to an iOS device probably ever. Freedom Fall. I don't know one person that knows this game. I don't know anybody that's had this game, anybody that's played this game. I'm gonna pull it up right now and play it because I can. It's so much fun. It has its own story. It has 12 levels, first of all. It has a ridiculous storyline, which is so much fun. It's deep, it's complex, it's really hard at the end, but it's nice to get into. It has a very easy learning curve that it's easy to master, but it's easy to pick up, but impossible to master. And that's one of the magical things about it. You really do feel like you're fighting for your life, and it doesn't just let you respawn without giving you an explanation. It tells you everything. It gives you all of this amazing detail, and you really have to read and think about the game to understand it. I don't want to give anything away, but its plot is genius, and it never says a word to you. It doesn't need to teach you through show and tell. It is a flawless game. It's $1.99 on the App Store. Not a lot of top left corner is the main character of Freedom Fall. And look how cool he looks. He's awesome. Gameplay is swift. There are actual boss battles, and all of them are hard. But they don't feel like boss battles because it's a progressive boss battle. And it's just definitely awesome. Please get Freedom Fall. Go do it. Close the video. Do it. Download Freedom Fall. Do it right now. Where are you? Get it. Get Freedom Fall. If you have an iPhone, if you have an iPad, do it. It's the best $1.99 you'll ever spend. This is the Legendary Luxray, signing off. Hey guys, thanks for checking out my video, and make sure to subscribe if you have not already. If you want to see more Legendary Luxray, click one of the 2 videos below, and subscribe and follow me on social media networks. You can either click on those or the links will be in the description. Thank you. This is the Legendary Luxray, signing off.